This is a really hard video for me to make, but I really want to share my story in case it helps someone feel less alone. So after years of infertility, I finally got pregnant, and naturally too. After failed IVF, I got pregnant naturally and it was amazing. Um, but at 20 weeks, I went in for my anatomy scan, ultrasound, and there was no heartbeat. This happened 7 years ago, yesterday, on March 30th, 2019. It was the worst day of my life. It broke me. I just felt so helpless, and I was starting to lose hope because it had taken us so long to even get to that point. And then all of our dreams just were crushed, you know? Um, it's hard to find the words. And if you're going through this, you're not alone. It did help to just have a lot of family support. I mean, everybody I know reached out to us, and it is hard to talk about, especially at first. But when I look back now, like, it helped. It actually did help me when I did talk about it, especially like with my husband and my parents. I had to just let it out because afterwards I did feel better. Even though it was hard to initially open up that conversation. And, people were calling us all the time because, they wanted to be there for us. And I get it. But it was really hard to talk about. And I did ignore a lot of phone calls. I didn't want to talk to anybody at first. I think we just needed our time, like just my husband and I, to be there for each other. And after a while, like, I don't know, a few months or so, I found that we started talking more and more about just our whole experience, because we also had to go to the hospital and deliver him, our baby, and that was very like traumatic also, just going through all of that. But having that support behind us was amazing. A little like a week or so after, we went to the lake nearby, and they had what are they called? The balloon release. It's like where you light it up and they go into the air. So we had a bunch of our friends and family come, and we all did that to honor our baby. So that was amazing also. So if you're going through something like this, I just want you to know that you're not alone. Please just take the time that you need to be with your husband and your family that's there for you. They care about you, and that's all you could do. It just takes time. For me, I took like a week off of work, which was not enough, but I just really felt like I had to go back to work. And I'm a dental hygienist, so I was pregnant, and I had a lot of patients that knew I was pregnant, and it was so hard to go back to work knowing that that people were gonna notice and gonna ask. I thought they were gonna ask, but they were nice, and they may have asked like the front desk, maybe like, what happened? but they were nice enough to like not bring it up, unless somehow it like came up in conversation and then I shared it with them. But you know, it was always on my mind. Like every patient I brought back, I was like, oh no, like, are they gonna ask me, or they're just gonna like wonder, like look at me like, hey, last time I saw you, you were pregnant, you know? And then there are some patients, you know, I only see every 6 months or more. And so when they came in, they were hoping like, oh, she must have had her baby. And they wanted to talk about it. And so there were some that asked, and I had to tell them. So that was very difficult. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I had to just let them know. But, you know, also just even going back to work, like, you know, everybody knew what happened, you know, all my coworkers, and it was so hard to just not cry every day. And, you know, I just had to hold it in and just try to think of other things. And also, I always kept like hope, you know, that I got pregnant. I had to remember that I was able to get pregnant. So I still had hope that I would be able to get pregnant again. And it was naturally. I took Chinese herbs from my acupuncturist that regulated all my hormones. And in 3 months, I got pregnant. So, you know, I don't know what happened. We still don't know. We never got like the baby tested, and we just didn't want to do all of that. But yeah, we just don't know. Like, who knows what happened? So, you know, the next time around, I just wanted to prepare myself even more and prepare my body. And I wanted to take the herbs again, and in hopes of getting pregnant again, you know, quickly. But we did take our time to grieve, and my husband actually ended up getting deployed for like 9 months, ironically, for 9 months. So it was actually kind of bittersweet in a way, because it allowed us to not move forward right away and actually just really take our time to be in a better place to try to have a baby, you know, to just be excited for it again. And so yeah, so when he got back, I took the herbs again, and we got pregnant in 2 months. And that pregnancy went full term. We now have 2 baby girls. They're 2 years apart. So it can happen, you know, just please stay hopeful. And, you know, continue watching this journey. I just really want to get my message out there. You know, we went through IVF and it failed. We had a miscarriage. Almost 10 years of unexplained infertility. And we finally got pregnant after taking the herbs. And we have 2 baby girls now. So it's possible. If you watch some of my other videos, you know, it's like I also had fibroids. I had endometriosis. And after having surgery for that, it has not grown back. I do not have fibroids that have grown back this time, and it's been almost 5 years. My endometriosis is not back. And I know, you know, for some women, it can just keep growing back over and over and over again. So I believe a lot of the changes that I've done in my diet have helped a lot. So I'll be sharing that information with you also.